Hi everyone, it's Ronna with the Bob and Ronna Group. Have another couple of tips today for you. So today we're going to talk about don't be a lazy agent and lazy buyer's agent. And I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit about a listing as well. So weather. You know, sometimes the weather can be a real pain in the patootie and you don't always want to go out and show properties. But let me tell you a situation that happened to us, and it is kind of important because I can tell you right now that if you have a buyer and they want to go out in the middle of a snowstorm, now you got to be safe, and so do they, but that tells me they really want a house. Anybody can see a house on a pretty sunny day, but to go out when it's either pouring down rain or snowing, that is a sign of, I need this. So you have to pick up on that clue. So don't be lazy and go. Which brings us to a story. So we had this family, Bob and I, and they asked us to sell their home. It was a townhouse. And nice people. It was a pastor, his wife, and 3 little girls. And those girls were probably, I don't know, 7, 6, 5, 4, something like that. They were little. And so we sold their house, but in the middle of the transaction, when we got what at the time, it's now called a PIN, but at the time it was request for repairs from the buyer's agent. And we went to their house and we sat down with them at the kitchen table, and the kids were in the next room. And we talked about all the items on the house that had to be fixed. It was pretty lengthy. I mean, it went on and on and on. And unbeknownst to us that these kids were listening, so it was, you know, I mean, it was a lot of items, but they were all fixable. So when we all wrapped up and wrote it up and finished, here come in the little girls. And the littlest one says to us, "It's a bad, bad house, isn't it?" And we were like, oh no, let's keep her away from everybody. We had to explain, no, it's not a bad house. All these things can be fixed, so it'll be fine. So now we're on to, she was a ride. So now we're on to going to find them a house. It had been a blizzard. Now we sold their house, so we had a certain amount of time to get them the next house. It was a blizzard, and the house they wanted to see was vacant. So I can tell you that when you go to see a vacant house and it snowed, well, unless the seller or the listing agent reminds the seller, hey, even though you're not there, you have to shovel the sidewalks, you have to shovel to the door with the snow, and you have to shovel the driveway so people can get in to show your house. Some people do, some people don't. So it had snowed pretty badly, and we met them there. Bob and I drove in one car, they drove in another, the father, the mother, and the same 3 little girls, and we show up at the house. There is no way to get into this house. I mean, the snow was piled, I'm not kidding, it was like up to here. So we thought, oh no, what are we gonna do? So Bob says to me, I have an idea. I was like, what's your idea? He said, I'm gonna carry you to the front door, get everything open, and then if I have to, I'm gonna carry everybody into the house from where we parked. And so the husband, he walked himself, but Bob carried first me. I opened up the house, made sure all the lights were on, you know, shades were up. Then he carried the wife, then he carried all 3 kids. We got into the house, and the best part about the whole story, they love the house. They bought the house, and they ended up living happily ever after. So don't be a lazy agent. Make an effort to go. You still have to be safe, but make an effort to go. And oh, we learned after that, carry a shovel in your car. That'll work too. See y'all.